I'm here again. I know I've been away for some time now, but I am back. I am back today. I have an exciting episode today that I want to share with you. I want to share with you something that that I've been thinking about throughout, and this is um if you have been going through something that you feel you are not where you want to be. There are these memories that have been stuck in you, inside of you. You don't know how to get out of them. You don't know how to get out of those memories, those painful memories. Maybe you've gone through something that was so terrible, that made you go through a lot of traumas. It could be you had childhood traumas that are disturbing you to date. Okay, I want to teach you, or I want to give you tips on how you can get out of those memories, how you can get out of where you're stuck. Maybe you're stuck somewhere in your life and you don't know how to get out. You don't know how to progress. You don't know how to move on. This is the topic I want us to tackle today. Um, this is the Mind Talk Show. My name is Lynn. Karibuni sana for this episode today. I'm so glad that I am here, and I'm glad that you're here as my listener. Sit back, enjoy the topic. Number one, you have to be very, very intentional on what you want. Are you willing? The willingness, the power that you have to move on, that you have to do something. Are you willing to move on? Are you willing to leave the past, or you want to live in the past for the longest time? You need to know. You need to be intentionally. You need to be intentional. You need to know your borderlines. You need to know the direction where you're heading to. This one will help you. It is a tip I'm giving you so that you cannot be stuck onto your past for the longest time. Number two, take time. Oh yes, take time to process your thoughts and of course emotions. Many a times we have emotions that hatutaki kuziongelelea. We don't want to talk about them. We don't want to, we don't want to get it out. You feel there is something heavy in your heart, but you don't want to let it go. This is where many people are stuck into or onto their past, because they are not taking time to process the emotions. Remember, maybe you have gone through a lot of painful experiences in your life. You've gone through a lot of painful memories that you feel your heart is heavy, is so heavy, it's burdening you. And you are not taking your time to process your emotions. I told you, if you don't process your emotions, then you are heading nowhere, because you need to process your emotions. You need to know what is good. You need to know what you should do. You need to know how to go about it. You need to know how to navigate, because I told you we are vulnerable. Every day we go through a lot of issues. But how do you process your emotions? How do you process your thoughts? We have seen lack of processing your thoughts taking people down. People are dying. People are dying of depression. People are dying of mental illnesses like stress. People are going down. Why? Because they are not taking their sweet time, or they are not taking their time to process their thoughts and emotions. And in long run, they turn into other mental illnesses. Number three, work with an affirmation, or in other words, you can call it a mantra. What is a mantra? I will give you an example of mantras, or a workable affirmation that you should maybe go with. For example, you may say, I choose to let go of my past. From today, I want to walk like a new creature. Even the Bible tells us that we are going to be made new creatures. The new has come. The old has gone. So you don't need to live on your past. You don't need to live on your past. You need to live with the newness, with the newness that has come. You need to pick up yourself and move on. Another way you can affirm yourself, you can say, I look forward to my future. I don't want to live on my past. I want to look forward to my beautiful future, because you know for sure your future will be or is promising, or is very, very bright. I am resilient. I am a very, very powerful woman. I am a very I'm ready to move on. Right now, pahali nimefika, I am ready to move on. I'm ready to forge forward. I'm ready to move on. I don't want to deal on my past. My past is gone. I don't want to go back there. Yes, I have traumas. Yes, going through grief. I lost my parents. I lost my spouse. I lost my child. I miscarried, because this is also grief. But I don't want to live that. I don't want to live into that. I want to be a new creature. I want to move forward. I am ready to move forward. Those are the kind of affirmation that can really help you to move forward. Yeah. You can also say that I embrace the new beginnings. From today, I want to live on my new beginnings, and I embrace them. I feel that I want a new beginning. You know, many a times you find someone carrying an heavy load, an heavy burden. You know, like, you don't know where you're going, you don't know where you're coming from. Everything is a misery. Everything is just mysterious. People are mysterious. The activities that you're doing are mysterious. Everything is a mischief. You don't know where to start and where to end. But at times you feel that you've reached the end of it all. You want to end it right now. You want to end it because you are so tired. You don't want to continue living like that. The day you feel this way, the day that you feel this kind of feeling, that is the day, that is the start of your new beginning. I'm telling you guys, we have gone through these things, I'm telling you. So these are, some of these things are just through experience. You don't want to be stuck with your past. Yes. You need to cultivate a mindfulness. You can meditate. You can do a meditation. You know, you visualize yourself having gone through whatever that it is that is happening to your life. You visualize yourself moving forward. You visualize yourself having a new life, you know, because you have already declared that I have started living again. You don't want to walk a living corpse, like you're walking but you're dead. Deep down inside, you're done. You're nowhere to be found. You don't want to be in such a scenario or such a situation. You need to accept. Yes, practice radical acceptance. Many a times we lack this kind of acceptance. We are not accepting to the fact that these things have happened to us. We are not accepting the fact that you lost your parents. You are not accepting the fact that, you know, your relationship has ended. You don't want to accept. You have lived in denial for so long that you can't even see anything good out of that relationship or out of the situation that you have gone through. And this is bad. This is bad. You know why? Because the moment you leave, the moment you don't accept yourself the way you are and begin where you are, it is the beginning of your, fall down. You cannot rise up. You cannot pick up yourself as a human being and, stand. It is going to hinder you from doing a lot of things in your life. Remember, you need to move on for your family. You need to move on for everybody who loves around you. Another major thing that you should do, my friends, is that you should forgive yourself and, of course, others. There are people who have hurt you. Remember that relationship of yours. Remember the way you separated from your family. Remember the way you divorced. You remember that partner? You remember the way you separated from your family, your mother, your father, your children, your spouse? Remember that scenario? It was a painful one. But it is high time for you to rise up. It is high time for you to forgive yourself. and forgive the people who have hurt you. That is the only recovery that you can get. The only way you can move on is to accept and to forgive the people who have hurt you, and also to forgive yourself. Don't forget yourself, because many a times we carry that burden of not forgiving other people without knowing that you're hurting yourself in the process. Because if you let other people go, if you let them free, that means you're relieved. You will feel even your heart to be very lighter. Okay. Another thing that you should do, reconnect to yourself. Yes, search yourself. Have a minute to be mindful. Have a minute to think about yourself. Search, reconnect, pick up yourself. Start dreaming great. Start declaring to yourself that I will move on. I will stand up again. I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to forgive them. I have to do this. I have to begin all over again. I am a new creature. I am starting all over again. I don't want to continue with this. Many a times you find yourself even disconnecting from your body. Your body and soul, they are not connected. You feel that you're just walking. I talked about you're walking a living corpse. Like you're dead inside, but you're just walking. So you need to reconnect to your body. You need to bring your body back. Have you ever seen someone who has gone through depression until wamekonda sana? Like they are so, they have lost a lot of weight. You will think they are sick. Yeah, of course, depression can bring other things. Now, give yourself a chance again. Yeah, give yourself a chance. Give yourself grace to move on, because at this particular point, my friends, you need God's grace. You need God's grace to push you through. You need that grace inside of you to carry you along. Remember, you have gone to family, you've told your friends, they are doing nothing. You're still stuck to the past. They are reminding you. Remember you killed a child. Remember you miscarried. Remember you aborted. Remember you were raped. Remember when that fire happened. Remember you lost your parents. Remember you lost your spouse. They are there to remind you. But you know what? You need to have that grace that you need. Because through that grace, you can do all things. Through Christ your Lord, who strengthens you, says the Lord. I'm not preaching, but I'm glad that at least I've told you something that will help you. For now, it's a bye-bye.